last episode ended with a question. A home knows someone is present. A room is occupied. The temperature is 72 degrees. Sunlight is entering the east windows. The music is playing. The lights are on. How does the home know any of that?
That's a wonderful question, because that question sits underneath every intelligent behavior you've seen so far.
So before we can talk about automation, or identity, or trust, we need to talk about how the home understands reality.
Exactly. Before a home can help anyone, it must first know what is true.
I think most people assume the answer is obvious.
Which answer?
Sensors. The home knows because sensors tell it.
That's the assumption.
And that's wrong?
Not wrong, incomplete.
How so?
Because a motion sensor doesn't tell you a room is occupied.
It doesn't.
It tells you motion occurred. Those are not the same thing.
That feels like splitting hairs.
It feels that way right up until the home makes a decision based on the wrong assumption.
So the sensor provides information.
Evidence, not truth.
Looking at the graphic, the second information source says BLE signal. Hold on. What is a BLE device?
BLE stands for Bluetooth Low Energy. Most people carry one every day without realizing it.
Like what?
A mobile phone, a smartwatch, a fitness tracker, a tablet, a laptop, even some headphones.
So the home might know a device is nearby because it's seeing something I already carry with me.
Exactly. And people aren't the only things that can carry BLE devices.
What else?
Asset tags, pet tags, wearable sensors, location beacons, small battery-powered devices attached to objects.
Like the asset intelligence examples we talked about before.
Exactly. A dog could wear one. A backpack could carry one. A favorite coffee mug could have one. Important household assets can have them. Almost anything can participate.
So BLE isn't really about Bluetooth. It's about the home having another source of information.
That's the important idea. BLE is simply one more source of evidence about what might be happening in the environment.
Give me an example.
A motion sensor detects movement.
That sounds straightforward.
Did a person move? A pet? A robot vacuum? A curtain?
Okay, fair point.
Or a phone is detected in the house.
That means the person is home.
Maybe. Or maybe the phone was left on a table.
Right.
A television is playing.
Someone is watching?
Perhaps. Or perhaps nobody is in the room.
This is probably where people start wondering about voice assistants listening all the time.
That's a fair question. And it raises important topics like privacy, local processing, cloud processing, and how intelligent environments establish trust. But let's put that on a hook for later. Right now, we're asking a simpler question. Does hearing a voice establish that a conversation is occurring?
And the answer is no.
Exactly. A television can produce speech. A speaker can produce speech. Recorded audio can produce speech. The system may detect voices. That doesn't automatically mean people are actively engaging.
So evidence isn't the same thing as reality.
Exactly. Sensors produce observations. Truth establishes understanding.
That's a very different idea.
A very important one.
So the home doesn't really know that a room is occupied. It knows motion occurred. It doesn't really know a person is home. It knows a phone was detected. It doesn't really know a conversation is happening. It knows speech was heard.
Now you're seeing the problem. Evidence is useful, but evidence alone does not establish truth.
So if evidence can be incomplete, how does the home decide what's true?
Now we're asking the correct question.
Because different signals might disagree.
All the time. Motion sensors, presence systems, calendars, media devices, interaction history, environmental sensors. They all provide evidence.
And somebody has to make sense of it.
Exactly.
Somebody has to decide. Was the room actually occupied? Was the person actually present? Was a conversation actually happening?
Exactly.
Who?
Truth.
Truth?
Truth is the responsibility that owns authoritative facts.
Authoritative facts.
Facts the rest of the environment can rely on.
So truth isn't collecting information.
No. Truth is establishing understanding.
The difference between motion detected and kitchen occupied.
Exactly. That's the difference between evidence and truth. Let's formally introduce the first responsibility in the Behaves Well framework: truth.
This feels important.
It is. Truth sits at the foundation of intelligent behavior.
Because every decision depends on understanding reality.
Exactly. Truth exists to establish authoritative facts about the environment,
Not guesses.
not assumptions, not opinions. Facts.
Such as?
Who is present? Which rooms are occupied? The current environmental conditions. The current operating state of devices. Whether engagement is occurring.
Reality.
Reality.
So truth owns more than occupancy.
Much more.
What kinds of facts matter?
Presence.
Resident present.
Occupancy.
Kitchen occupied.
Environmental conditions.
Temperature 72 degrees. Sunlight entering east windows.
Device state.
Lighting active. Media playing.
Engagement.
Conversation detected.
Those all seem unrelated.
They're different facts describing the same environment.
Different perspectives on reality.
Exactly.
Where does truth fit in the larger framework?
At the beginning.
The beginning?
Identity depends on truth. Operational trust depends on truth. Stewardship depends on truth. Continuity depends on truth. And concierge depends on truth.
So everything starts here.
It has to.
Because if nobody agrees on reality, nothing else works correctly.
Exactly. Truth creates the shared understanding that every other responsibility depends on.
What happens if truth gets it wrong?
Then behavior becomes unreliable.
Give me examples.
The wrong music starts. The wrong notifications appear. The wrong lights activate. The wrong assumptions spread throughout the environment.
And eventually, trust suffers.
Exactly.
So better facts create better decisions.
And better decisions create better experiences.
Which leads to trust.
Now you're seeing the connections.
Where should truth be established?
As close as practical to reality.
Meaning?
Facts should be established as near as practical to the source of truth.
Why?
Because distance introduces uncertainty, latency, complexity, dependency.
So reality should remain close to understanding.
Exactly.
That sounds familiar.
It should, as local as practical, as centralized as necessary.
So truth isn't really the goal.
No,
Trust is still the goal.
always.
Then where does truth fit?
Trustworthy behavior begins with trustworthy understanding.
Truth.
Truth,
Then behavior.
then trust.
The same destination.
Exactly.
I think I finally understand the mistake.
Which one?
I assumed sensors created truth.
A very common assumption.
But sensors create observations.
Evidence.
Truth creates understanding.
Exactly.
That's actually a much bigger idea than I expected.
Many people spend years building automation systems before realizing that distinction.
Truth does not own sensors.
Truth owns understanding.
That may be the most important lesson in the episode.
I think it might be.
So if truth establishes reality,
Yes?
how does the home know who is engaging?
Now we're ready for identity.
The next responsibility.
Exactly. Reality is one question. Identity is another.
Who is present? Who is speaking? Who should be served?
Those are identity questions.
Preparing Episode 4. Identity Analysis beginning.